Saints in the city. We are so grateful to have you. Welcome back, babe.
Are you recording?
Yeah.
Thank you for having me
Why
once
do you
again.
shake my hand? Okay, there's a fly in our studio here.
There is a fly.
Is that a fly or a bee? It better be a fly, or I'm going to scream out here like a little girl.
That's a massive horsefly. Are you sure we're recording?
We are recording.
So
So we hope you were able to watch our first episode with His Eminence Cardinal Timothy Dolan in its entirety. If you haven't, it's on every streaming platform. But we're just going to kind of piggyback off real quickly of this faith through the fear, what we discussed.
what does that mean, faith through the fear? What are we talking about?
I think it just kind of, for me personally, it was like, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm not going to be ashamed. I'm not going to just smile and wave. You kind of told in the industry, just smile and wave.
So what we're talking about today is faith over fear. Not being fearful.
Oh, hey, your hat.
Weird. So you're in a public that doesn't want to hear about your faith. And we're talking about not being afraid of that.
Yeah, and it's intimidating. It's not even in the public. It can be just within your circle that you are around. You know, for me, the entertainment industry is just full of all types of different people. And
so your story is being in the entertainment world.
Nah.
You were on a show.
Like a million years ago.
Some people might know about it.
Maybe not.
In some circles.
Small circles.
So you're on a reality show, and you left Seattle to go to New York, and then you experience a world of fame.
For like 15 minutes.
And fortune.
Not fortune, no.
Maybe without the fortune, but you had your...
Many people were surprised of how broke we all were.
Yeah, so you're on a reality show. Back then, they really didn't pay people to be on reality shows
They
quite yet.
They did not.
They weren't quite there yet.
No.
So
we were broke and famous. It was fun.
you really found your faith in the industry, in New York City, in the model industry, which can be very cutthroat.
Yes.
The parties can be a little bit...
Thank you for this very nice description of
the parties could be a little bit scandalous. The people scandalous.
The ones that you've been through too, babe.
The glamorous life. But anyway, so you're in this
Cute.
world, and
Sheila E. Mm-hmm.
And now you're at this place. Now you're being very vocal about your faith.
Yes.
Very public about your faith.
Yes. As are many people, which I see, which is awesome.
Yeah, and it's like this whole movement.
It is a movement. So, I mean, like we talked to with His Eminence, like he notices it too. This kind of like Cardinal Dolan, this spark of energizing the faith, or re-energizing the faith, and kind of being unapologetic. And you see it with so many athletes, but for me, it was just sort of. And I asked my audience this before in the past when I would just make videos on Instagram or in interviews. It was kind of like, do you guys have you gone through this, or are you going through this? And the answer was absolutely. And you've even said that because you saw the amount of people that were reaching out to me. I mean, to me, I'm nobody, but it was kind of like this topic was so, I don't know, it had a lot of oomph behind it, because I had so many people, just even people I didn't even know, people I did know who I never thought in a million years would ever either agree or understand or, you know, see eye to eye with me on this, who were just telling me, keep talking, keep saying this, or I wish I could, or they would tell me their stories and of these predicaments they felt like they were in. And or after my talk up north, I mean, how many of the students were coming up to me and just saying, this one girl was like, I'm moving to New York in a couple months, and I'm so terrified of so many elements, and of, you know, New York's a scary place. Anyways, I digress. So that's what happened to me. I was just sort of like weighing my life, and I think as you get older too, and I don't know if you feel this way, you start to prioritize things differently.
100%. You get older, you start to be like
having kids and all that stuff. But I think earlier on, I mean, before we had Cyrus and before we were even married, you know, I had a shift in my life take place, And I was putting how I describe it was, I was putting all these people in my life. It could be friends, close friends, a group of friends. You think of the chat groups, the parties, the dinners, the important people, especially in the industry, whoever, business, past friends, relationships, and then you have the whole element of social media. So you have all these things, people you don't even know, the followers. And it's, when you say it, it's so juvenile when you say, if you like me, don't like me, you can sit with me. It sounds like I'm in 5th grade again, but it's real. And so I'm sitting here just so afraid to talk about things or to invoke my faith or just to even disagree. Say, I'm not okay with this. I'm not comfortable with this. I don't want to be a part of this. And to kind of take a step back it was noticeable.
Yeah.
And people said something. And so I was sitting here just putting all this emphasis, and that's the one I'm asking you guys. You're putting so much emphasis on all these different people who, mind you, when I ask, like, they don't stay silent.
No.
They're very vocal.
And they have very strong beliefs.
Yes.
To people that are on the other side of the spectrum.
And that's the one thing I ask when people come to me and they vent, like, Sarah, how do I have? I'm like, I don't know. But I say the first thing I ask them is, like, are the people you're so afraid of not liking you, are they vocal in what they believe? Are they vocal in their advocacy? Are they vocal in what they stand for, or their religion, or their spirituality, or whatever it is? Or their mindfulness, or all the things that they adhere to? And 100% of the time, I already know the answer. It's yes.
Everybody, but like
they're very vocal.
Our pastor at our church, he talked about that. Mm-hmm. Like everybody believes in something. Like, even if they say they don't believe in God, they have a religion to something. It's some ideal.
It's some, They
have faith in something.
Yeah.
Right? They have so much faith in not having faith in God.
Exactly.
Some people, right?
And, and that was the predicament. And so I got to a point in my life, and I feel like you will too, where you'll realize how short life is. And you start thinking, well, for me, I said, wow, this whole time I'm so worried what all these other people think about me. I'm trying to adhere. I'm trying to please. I'm trying to make everybody essentially as simple as it is, like me. So don't ruffle any feathers. Don't, invoke God or do anything, or that I extracted myself from the equation. Like, I completely removed myself. I was living my life to please all these other people.
Yep.
All these other people were so much more important than me. And then there's God over here saying, hey, and the Bible says, we talk about this, and it's so profound, it's so real. Jesus says, they'll hate you because of me.
Yep. It's not supposed to be an easy journey being a Christian. It's supposed to, he showed when he came down to be a human form as Jesus, that it's going to be a rough road, and you can't expect things to be, as a Christian, you can't expect things to be you just pray about something and things just get easy for you, and you also don't know the plan. Yeah. God might be putting you so far down, or at least allowing you to get so far down that you just be like, I cannot take it anymore, and you make some major changes in your life that could be right around the corner, but you just needed something. He needed to spark something inside of you. Because
the two things that we said to conclude is that, yes, they're going to hate you because of me. But the one thing you had always said, it was, so take religion out of it, or faith. You're like, one, are these people paying your bills? Are they paying our bills? Are they cutting us a check every month and paying our mortgage?
They're not doing anything.
They weren't doing. So why are you sitting here stressed? And also, are they helping you get into heaven? If you believe, and some of you I know you don't, so that's fine. And so we would love to have conversations. But the one thing is, like, are these people helping you get into heaven? If you believe in eternity, if you believe that this life is so fleeting, this time on this earth is so short, you guys. I know I talk about that all the time. It sounds so redundant and it sounds so cliche. Life is short. But if you actually, like, as an EMT or as a firefighter EMT, you understand that more. And we're going to talk about that. I said that in our last, we're doing a Faith Through the Fire series where we're going to be talking to first responders. I'm so excited about it. Oh, I can't wait. I won't get into it too much, but to know what your job is and seeing how short life is.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even wrap my head around the things that you see. And when people wake up and go to work and that's their last day on earth. They had no idea. Okay, we'll just stop there.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you realize how short life is, and then you sit here and look at all the things that worry you and all the things and the people that you're trying to please and trying to, make sure that they like you still. You can sit with us, mean girls. You can wear pink on Wednesdays with us, that type of thing. She doesn't even go here. I love that. I'm sorry.
But how fearful can you be? That's one thing I'm not perfect. Nobody is. But like, you think about fear. If you're real, like, you believe in God, you are faithful, you believe in Jesus, then why are we running around with fear in our soul when we know that there's so much more to all of this?
It's crazy. That's a true question. It's so funny. A friend of ours, mate, had this quote says, everybody believes in heaven, but nobody wants to die to get there.
Nobody wants to go, right?
Gene and Collins.
That's a great.
I love that because
that's a great one.
We all talk about it. We can get off on topic here, but we talk about it, but it's real. All I'm saying is that when you have that in your head, when you understand that this time on earth is so short, and we're worried so much about all these. That's one reason we called our production company 30 Pieces of Silver, because we're just like, all these 30 pieces of silver over here, we're so worried about it. We're so, it's so shiny. It's a safe place. It's somewhere where you can be liked. You can be part of the cool kids club.
Yep.
And then anyways. And another thing is, I'm sorry, I'm talking so much, is that a lot of the time, the people that you're so worried about not liking you, what was such a shocker for me, and that was on me, that was my fault, were how many people actually agreed. How many people were actually cheering me on, or saying, I am with you. We may not agree on everything. I mean, I don't want to agree on everything. I mean, how boring is that? Everybody's like, I don't want to be in a bubble where we're all just one group thing. I think that's ridiculous, but that's another topic. But here, like, they would say, I'm with you. Go for it. Anyways, that was a shocker to me, where I thought pigs would fly with some of these people. But anyways, that's it. Yeah. That's a summary of our interview. I think we can go on about that too. We could talk about this.
Because I had some other thoughts I was going to go, but I was like, you know what?
I didn't even ask you.
That's good. We touched on it pretty good.
Did you want to share any of your stories?
No, there's another thing I thought about too. Okay, I'm just going to say it. So it's like, you think about when you're in high school or whatever.
Yeah.
Think about all the stuff that used to bother you about people thought back then. Or you're in middle school.
I'm saying it's so juvenile.
It is. And then you think about it. It's so ridiculous. Do you even think about those people anymore? Do you even like...
Some of them I do. They were pretty mean.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't really like... You don't care what they think, right?
No.
Or like those little things that you used to worry about.
Yeah.
I remember my dad told me one time, all these people that you're worried about, all these friends that you have, you won't remember any of them.
Yeah.
You will not care anymore when you get older. And he was so right. I mean, it's not I don't care about them. They're still great people, some of them. But like, yeah, you don't. We get so wrapped up in our lives. Like, everything that happened back then is legit not important anymore.
Yeah.
So just think about that whenever you're about to post that thing about God, or that athlete that, gave a shout out to Jesus. Yeah. Post it, man.
Yeah.
Post it, because there's another person out there that's just sitting there like, should I post this, or should I talk about Jesus? And then there you go, you post it, and then they're watching your account, and then they're like, he posted that, my man, I'm gonna post it too. Just know that there's other people just like you.
Amen. That's so perfect. Just like I said, it sounds so juvenile when you talk about it as grown adults. We're in our 40s and you're still kind of talking about this, like being liked and not being liked. It's very high school cafeteria. You go to the Mean Girls movie. Mm-hmm. But it's true. And that's just kind of the world we live in with social media now, where it's not just you and interactions with you and your friends. You're not interacting with the entire world sometimes, or people can see and view, because we choose to be on there.
We're giving each other strength, man.
Yeah, it's all about that. So anyway, we just wanted to kind of, talk a little bit more and expand on our conversation with His Eminence Cardinal Timothy Dolan. And if you have any questions, you guys, or if you want to comment or reach out, our email is sarah@saintsandthecity.com. We're on all the platforms right now.
Yeah, and if you have any ideas on some other people we should interview that you think are interesting.
We would love that. We have some other people lined up that we're so excited. Yeah. And that is that. We have to go pick up our son.
Let's go. He's waiting for us right now. He's waiting.
We're such good parents. No.
Where are my parents?
They're on a podcast. They're on a show. Sitting there in the hot
They're on YouTube.
Okay. All right, you guys.
Anyway.
God bless.
God bless you guys.